Well, good morning everybody and welcome back to the channel. Hey, today we're going to finish up the LED light bar install on the Tacoma back there. As you can see, I have the LED light bar right across the front there, and I was looking for a better way to hook it up, a better way to connect everything, and man did I find it. Check this out. This is called the Trigger 4 Plus wireless control system. And it makes this so simple. This module connects underneath the hood. You connect it up to the battery. You have a positive and negative. And then this yellow wire here, you can either connect up to the power, the same as the red, or you can connect this via an ADA fuse to an ignition circuit so that this thing is only powered when the car comes on. Because if you hook that directly up, then you'll have a constant draw of power, similar, they say, to like a, I don't know, a garage door opener or something like that. So nothing major, but just to be aware. Anyway, this unit sits somewhere near the battery, and then you connect up your accessory via one of these 4 harnesses. They provide 4 extra long, I think they're 8-foot long wires, so that you can run your accessory to this connection. There are 2, I believe, 12 gauge wires and 2 14 gauge wires, depending on what the load is. And then the circuit here handles 2 10 amp items, or it has 2 10 amp fuses, I guess, and then 2 30 amp fuses. And then, of course, the controller that you mount somewhere in the cabin to control whatever the accessory is that you hook up. Couple of zip ties, that's to one option to go ahead and connect this if you have like a round bar like a Jeep, and then some instructions and some hardware and good old stuff like that. Anyway, I thought this would be a really cool way to power my lights. I'm going to have other lights on the truck as well. This is just where we're starting. So we're going to go ahead, get this unit mounted underneath the hood, get it all connected up, and then we should, at the flip of a switch inside the cabin, be able to go ahead and get this thing working. Okay, I've decided where I'm going to mount this thing. What I'm going to do, on top of the fuse panel cover, right here, I have it out. I'm going to go ahead, it comes with these little kind of like Velcro things that you can stick on the back of the unit here, on the back side here. So I'm going to mount 2 of those, and then I'm going to run some double-sided tape down the middle just for a little extra, and I'm just gonna, in essence, kind of stick it on top of the unit here. And that's because I don't want to drill through here, because we have the codes on the back, or the map rather, of all the fuses, so I don't really want to drill through and ruin that or put holes in my top. So I am just going to stick it on. I think that'll be fine. Today's double-sided tape is awesome. So I've cleaned this up with some rubbing alcohol, you can see here. Then I'm going to go ahead and put the cover back in the truck, put my little Velcro-like things on the back, and these came with the kit actually, and my double-sided tape that did not come with the kit, and go ahead and get this thing mounted on there, and then we can get it wired up. Okay, here's where we are so far. I've got all the ends on the wires for the unit here itself. I've got it double-sided taped and Velcro down on top of the fuse panel lid actually, so that's where it's going to sit. I think it's a great place for it. Check out these antennas, isn't that cool? Anyway, now I just need to connect the yellow and the red to power, and I am going to go ahead and connect the yellow to power as opposed to hooking it to an ignition wire. As long as I never leave the lights on, it shouldn't be any big deal, but I do like the idea of being able to turn the light on when the truck is off, so that's why I'm doing it that way. And then I went ahead and connected up the LED bar to the harness that came with the controller there, and we'll go ahead and plug that into number 4 right here on the controller. Once I get everything wired up, we'll come back, we'll test this just to make sure it works before I do that, and then we'll move on to connecting the light bar. Okay, as you guys can see, everything is hooked up. We have the power on both sides and the ground is hooked up. I have the remote here with me. So we're gonna see, it should light up once I go ahead and start hitting the remote button. So let's see what happens. Okay, I think I have it upside down actually. 10 lit up. One lit up. Two lit up. One left. Three lit up. So it would appear that we do indeed have power. Awesome. How cool is that? Now let's go back to 4 because that's going to be... Okay, we turned them all off now, I guess. I think that's the initiation process actually. Alright, we have everything shut off now. So I should be able to connect up my LED light bar and hit 4, which was this last one here, I believe. I don't know if I have it upside down or not. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and plug it in and see. We'll be right back. Okay, I've got you guys set up at the front of the truck. You're looking at the light bar. I'm going to flick the switch. Hopefully you don't hear a loud crack or puff or pop or anything nuts. Here we go. I think I hit the wrong button. Let's try the other one. Whoa! Well, needless to say, it does work. Here's one more time. This time I'll warn you so you don't get blinded. Here we go. I'm going to hit it again. Ready? Oh my God! Wow. Awesome. I'll have to apologize if I blinded anybody in my little test there. I just wanted to include you guys and let you see what it looked like at first power up. That was the first time I'd hit it, so you guys see what it was. Pretty awesome. This little kit, this Trigger 4, is awesome. I mean, all the wiring is under the hood. I didn't have to punch through the firewall, stick a switch somewhere, whatever. I have a remote. It's pretty darn awesome. I love it. Anyway, now I have to mount this thing inside somewhere, so let me go do that and then we'll finish this up. Okay, I've decided where I am going to mount the actual receiver, and you notice I did put the little light bar, you guys can see, sticker on there. Let's see if you guys can see that. Yeah, right above the hole in my shirt. There you go. Anyway, it was a rough install. Not really. Pretty simple. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to mount this thing actually inside the sunglasses holder because I never use it. What I'm going to do, I put some double-sided Velcro, or rather taped Velcro, and I made this little plastic piece just out of a scrap piece of plastic I had laying around because this thing is curved, you could see, and it wouldn't fit up there on that flat surface very easily, so I made it flat. Pretty simple to do, and the Velcro gets above the nuts I have on there. So I'm going to peel off the tape here, and then the idea is to stick this thing right up in here like that. That's my plan. Whoops, get you up here so you can see. That's my plan, to stick it right up there, and then I can shut this when I'm not using it, and when I want it, I just pop it open. So let me go ahead and get it stuck up there, and then I'll show you the finished product. Okay, full disclosure, that was a fail. When I put it up in here, it actually hit, and it wouldn't allow me to close this fully, at least not without pushing on it. And a matter of fact, the first time I pushed on it, it actually flipped the switch and turned the light on. I don't want that, so that's a no-go. I will say, if I took the switches out of the holder, like so, it would fit in, but you have to have access to the back to be able to switch out the batteries at some point, so that's not going to work for me. So you guys can see where I did end up putting it right here. I think it's going to be out of the way. It looks like my leg's not close when I'm hitting the clutch, and when I'm away from the clutch, it's not sticking down far enough that it's going to bother me, and when I swing out of the truck, unless I'm, you know, really going nuts, my foot really shouldn't be up there. If it is, I probably am getting out wrong. But anyway, that's where I've mounted it. We have the light bar here, and then we have 3 open switches here for other things that I can add later. One more time, let's flip that switch. There's a look out the front. There you go. You guys can see it. And then just turn it off. Just that simple. This system is awesome. I highly recommend it. Again, it's called the Trigger 4 Plus, I believe. And it's just awesome. Anybody who is a novice at wiring or just doesn't want to run all the wires and cut for switches or put switches in, this is the way to go. Now, I will say it's not the cheapest thing out there. About 200 bucks, maybe a little bit more. But by the time you buy 4 switches, all the wiring, soldering iron, supplies, all that stuff, you're probably going to be pushing that number anyway, assuming you don't already have that stuff. Anyway, leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think of this system. For me, it's a game changer. It is awesome. Also, don't forget, check out my other channel if you haven't before, and you're into the Jeep Gladiator. It is RobMotion. And don't forget to click that notification bell so that you don't miss out on any upcoming videos. Thanks for watching. Bye.